Welcome to the Natural Health Show with one of New England's leading holistic specialists, Mark Mincola. Call Mark at 617-822-1969 on 96.9 Boston Talks.
Greetings and welcome home, Natural Health Nation. It's great to be with you here on 96.9 Boston Talks. And once again, it's great to have Catherine Foley sitting beside me.
Good evening, Mark.
How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Catherine Foley from Jarrow Formulas. What's happening with Jarrow Formulas these days?
Oh, God, a lot. I recently just got back from China. We went to a trade show over there. That was interesting. Glad to be back home.
What kind of new things can we look forward to in the world of natural health?
We have one new product that we just came out with that is doing really, really well. Is a combination product. It's called GABA Soothe, and it's a combination of GABA and theanine. And I know you've talked a lot about the benefits of GABA.
Absolutely.
For stress, but also for addiction.
And for anxiety.
So, it's great to see a natural alternative out there because anti-anxiety meds are so overprescribed out there that it's really wonderful that people have a natural alternative.
And never have we needed alternative options more than now. It seems like the stress levels that everybody's experiencing these days are just kind of skyrocketing out of control. So the more the research moves in the direction of bringing us really usable, viable opportunities like that for alternatives, great stuff.
Right. And, there's no negative side effects and, only positive benefits. Like with GABA, one of the things that I always love to refer to is when we did that show on GABA and you brought up the clinical research about GABA and weight loss.
Yep.
I thought that was impressive.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk actually about something from the annals of wonderful research that you folks have engaged in as well. You've done a lot of work with ribose. Ribose
is one of our key products. It's an energy nutrient. We often use it and refer to it in the triple threat against cardiovascular disease,
Absolutely.
Which is ribose, carnitine, and CoQ10. But I remember maybe a couple of years ago we had the downhill skier on that came to give her testimony about her use of ribose
the silver medalist or something like that. And we said, you're going to get the gold now. We were excited to hear about. We got to get a little followed up on her results. But she was amazing.
It was amazing to hear that was really the one nutrient that she used to keep, her endurance level going.
Well, and so many folks, of course, are exhausted, fatigued, and want to know what to do about their chronic fatigue or their acute day-to-day exhaustion. Folks are tired of this whole idea of just getting ramped up and buzzed out on caffeine, and want to get some real viable, sustainable energy that's a healthy kind of energy, not that jagged sort of energy. And ribose is really a great solution. A recent study that I looked at showed that it increased energy delivery to the heart and to the brain fourfold.
Right.
So 4 times the amount of energy in the body.
Right. And, it's really important for people to remember that even though some of the energy drinks that are out there, they may not have caffeine. It may not say caffeine right on the label, but there's a lot of caffeine like herbs and substances out there. And so to really be aware of the nutrients that you are using for energy, and like ribose, they're not things that overstimulate your heart, but nourish the heart.
Nourish the heart. In fact, that's the whole key, is that it increases the delivery of adenosine triphosphate to the heart, so it actually strengthens and supports the heart's energy. And, ribose is one of those, as you point out, really natural sort of energy providers that doesn't leave you feeling jagged. It doesn't leave you feeling kind of really staticky like that.
Of course. And, with the heart, you're very much educated in Chinese medicine. I always remind people that in Western philosophy, they believe that you're born with a predetermined number of heartbeats. And so all of the practice is focused on slowing down and increasing the endurance of the heart.
It's like the tread on that tire. You don't want to put too many miles on it too soon.
Right. Keep the mileage in warranty, so ribose is a great way to get that energy.
Absolutely.
While keeping your heart under warranty.
No question. So we're going to talk about energy. We're going to talk about wonderful ways to get energy without getting yourself in trouble. And again, folks have reactions about being fatigued, chronic fatigue, acute fatigue, exhaustion, day-to-day wear and tear. there. We've got some remarkable solutions, great studies to talk about here. And if you want to have a discourse about the following events, give us a call at 617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless users, of course, it's a freebie. Just dial pound 969. We come back from these messages. We're going to talk to you about energy and about ribose. Stay right where you are.
Listen. Interact. View. Engage. Live. 96.9 BostonTalks.com.
Hey, Natural Health Nation. I'd like to introduce you to a one-in-a-million friend of mine. Kevin Kearns is a personal trainer who works with the likes of Hollywood stars like Kevin James, as well as professional and world-class athletes like Marcus Davis, Jorge Gurgel, and Alberto Crane. The best part of this story is that Kevin is eagerly awaiting to help you attain your lifelong health and fitness goals. Kevin's patented Burn with Kearns system works not only for high-level athletes like UFC fighters, hockey, baseball, and basketball players, but for students, soccer moms, and average Joes who really want to look and feel their best. The Burn with Kearns approach is a fusion of core training, strength, martial arts, and yoga to build a more fit, healthier you in body, mind, and spirit. Trust me when I say Kevin's is a truly holistic system. So, whether you train one-on-one with Kevin himself or one of his certified trainers, attend his seminars, or purchase his best-selling books or DVDs, it all represents money well spent to help you attain far more fitness results. Call Kevin at 508-541-3281 or log on to his website at www.burnwithkearns.com. Turn the corner and burn with Kearns. Hi, this is Mark Mincola. I invite you to join me on Saturday, November 13th from 7:30 to 9 p.m. at the Duxbury Performing Arts Center as I present an evening of sound and light healing. It has long been a vision of mine to perform a series of transformational sound and light healing performances before live audiences. The mediums of sound and light, when presented in a theater setting, provide the perfect environment for a truly powerful group healing event. During the presentation, I will deliver a series of inspirational talks. Each talk will be followed by a corresponding sound and light performance with music that I compose specifically for this event. To add to the healing environment, each performance will be enhanced by a PowerPoint slideshow of inspiring images. As you absorb the powerful images and vibrations, your body, mind, and spirit will surely come away renewed. VIP seating is $50, general admission $35. For tickets, call Candida at 781-834-2728. That's 781-834-2728, or log on to myhealthinglivingmag.com.
American Express is welcome at all kinds of shops and restaurants in Boston, so you can earn rewards on all your purchases, big and small, when you use your card.
Venezia, the harbor view, the food, the setting that sets it apart from all others. Venezia, waterfront dining, elegant surroundings, first-class service. Venezia, a business lunch, a romantic dinner, unwinding with friends with cocktails after work. Venezia, dancing to live music on Fridays and Saturdays. Company parties, special occasions, corporate meetings, and catered affairs. Venezia Restaurant and Waterfront Banquet Facility is where you go for all these things, with a breathtaking view of the Boston skyline. Venezia, European cuisine, upscale vibe, always down to earth. Venezia, now celebrating fall with a spectacular fall menu featuring braised short rib marsala, butternut tortellacci, cooked to perfection meat and seafood dishes, and so much more. Venezia, off Route 93 in Boston. Always plenty of free parking. Call 617-436-3120. Venezia, everything you want, just right for every season.
Now, back to the Natural Health Show, sponsored by Good Health Natural Foods in Quincy and Hanover.
In Boston and New England, 617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless users, lucky you. It's a free call. Just out pound 969. Now, Catherine, before we roll up our sleeves and get busier with phone calls, there's somebody very special in your life that you'd like to say hello to.
Yes, I'm a lucky and proud aunt. My nephew Travis plays for the Beverly Panthers football, and
Go Panthers.
That's my alma mater. So I go to the games, and they won their first game of the season today.
Congratulations.
So, Travis Foley, we're so proud of you.
You are the man.
Yeah.
All right. Great job, Auntie. All right. We've got some calls here to deal with. Let's see. It looks like Jeannie's from New Hampshire. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talks here on the Natural Health Show.
Thank you for taking my call, Mark.
You're welcome.
My question is regarding any natural supplements used to treat OCD.
Catherine, you want to chime in on that?
Hi, yes, of course. Jeannie, the kind of best solution for OCD are essential fatty acids, like a good fish oil or a flax oil. And then also a really great nutrient is magnesium.
Magnesium, okay.
It calms down the nervous system, and what happens with OCD is the nervous system, the transmissions are really sporadic, and there's a lot of nervous energy there, and its inability to focus those nervous system transmissions. And what magnesium does is it makes those transmissions a lot smoother. I've had countless people that we've visited in the stores and everywhere that have had tremendous results with.
Well, and of course, Jarrow Formulas does make a magnesium optimizer. But no, and I say that seriously because
it is unique.
Well, your formula is very unique because it's not just magnesium, which is a wonderful nerve tranquilizer, Mother Nature's nerve tranquilizer.
Right.
But it also has taurine. It's a magnesium taurate, which means it has the amino acid taurine in there, which is a nerve membrane stabilizer. So that's a wonderful formula.
Yeah, Jeannie, it's really simple. With those two nutrients alone, you can do a lot of work, and a lot of the pharmaceutical applications for OCD are, Ritalin and things like that. So if you can give this a try before going in that direction.
And isolated DHA, I think, is really terrific. There's wonderful studies on docosahexaenoic acid, or DHA, which is one of the omega-3 fish oils that Catherine was referring to. So, DHA or the omega-3s, great stuff, and certainly the magnesium optimizer by Jarrow Formula is a great way to go also.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. Thanks for calling.
Oh,
and of course, the numbers here in Boston, 617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless users, it's a free call. Just dial pound 969. And we're here to talk to you about energy as well. And again, if you want to ask a question regarding anything that does not happen to be on the topic of energy, that just so happens to be a topic that we're bringing in tonight, but we're here to talk with you about anything related to natural health issues, nutrition, diet, losing weight, et cetera, et cetera. You have questions about what's going on in your neighborhood health food store. Sometimes you look at things on those shelves and get a little confused. Maybe we can help you straighten that out a little bit. But we started off talking, Catherine, about ribose. And I think ribose, Dr. Sinatra, of course, somebody that we really enjoy reading and talking about. He's done some wonderful work regarding metabolic cardiology. And he goes on to say ribose is a type of sugar our bodies produce naturally. Ribose is spelled R-I-B-O-S-E, folks. You'll find it on the shelves at the health food store. Jarrow Formulas, of course, makes a chewable wafer, which is amazing because, again, it's so easy to get 1,000 milligrams of ribose in that wafer to get that energy level up during the course of the day. It's an amazing way to keep that energy flowing in a not so what would I say, a jaggy way. It doesn't do what the caffeine does is an important way to bring that up. But again, he says ribose is a type of sugar our bodies produce naturally. It is the basic building block of ATP or fueling our body. As we get older, we can't make ribose as fast. It's like having a hole in your pocket. You're always losing change and you can never make it back. Supplementing with ribose helps this problem. So I think it's really important that you understand that you need to replenish what you lose. Again, any stress, any kind of physical stress. Those folks who are out there running long distances, lifting weights, working out, you feel fatigued afterwards, you need ribose. Those folks who work hard and who isn't these days, but those folks who are overworking and stressed out from it, again, ribose is a big difference maker.
Yeah, and one of the things is that there's, your body depends on sugars for energy, and there's two types of sugars that you can get your energy from in the diet, and one being glucose, and then ribose is the type of sugar called the 5-carbon sugars, the pentoses. And the reason why that is important is because you get the same energy that you would get from glucose, but you bypass insulin. And that's really important because our diets are so sugar heavy that people are becoming insulin rich and getting insulin inflammation problems down the road. So the more you bring healthy sugars like ribose into your diet, you're steering your body away from that insulin inflammation pathway.
Well, and it's so important. That's a great point. It's so important for folks to know that there are good sugars. Ribose is a good sugar.
It tastes good.
It does taste good. But it doesn't leave you with a lot of the problems that a lot of the bad sort of non-nutritive sugars leave you with.
Right. It does the same thing for your muscle tissue after a workout that sugars would do. I know a lot of athletes know that they usually, refresh the muscle tissue with a glucose drink or something like that after working out.
Absolutely.
But you can get the same benefit with ribose to help the recovery.
And ribose is not not new. It was discovered in 1891 by Emil Fischer. So it's been around for a long time. It's been well researched, well studied, a lot of amazing research. And again, I'd refer people who want to learn more about this business of ribose providing energy to the heart and therefore to the body, because the heart is your main engine, in Dr. Sinatra's books. The Sinatra Solution books are great books. Yeah. We better get to some calls here. Again, our telephone numbers in Boston, New England, 617-822-1969. For Verizon Wireless users, it is a free call. Just out pound 96.9. We've got Carol on the line from New Hampshire. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talks. You're on the Natural Health Show.
Hi, I am in the throes of menopause, and I have an underactive thyroid. I have tried black cohosh, no avail. I also tried isoflavones, and unbeknownst to me, it counteracted the effects of my meds, my thyroid meds. I take levothyroxine. I am trying maca, and I was wondering if you have any information on maca extract, which is supposed to, from what I understand, balance hormones. So far, so good.
Well, I'll tell you what, it can do that. There's no question that it has demonstrated the ability to balance hormones. It'll tend to increase your testosterone levels as well. And again, many women have been studied with maca. Maca has demonstrated the fairly consistent ability to help mediate hormonal imbalances. So do you feel like it is giving you a head start these days? Things are working in the right direction for you or not?
Yeah, and, I've tried Prevent for Menopause. I've tried black cohosh, and there doesn't seem to be a lot about how fully isoflavones counteract, takes away the benefits of the levothyroxine, which I wish people would know more.
Right. Well,
do you have any other suggestions?
Yeah, I definitely do. When I work with folks like yourself who tend to have problems that are metabolic, your thyroid deficiency is, to me, where everything starts. That's the central issue. And without vitamin A, zinc, selenium, and iron, you're just not going to get that thing moving. So I would say 10,000 units of A. I would say 50 milligrams of a zinc gluconate. I would say selenomethionine, and I would use the selenium at probably 200 micrograms. And the iron that I recommend is usually the Floravital, 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 2 teaspoons, because that's 95% absorbable. It's like a vegan-type iron product. But so that's A, zinc, selenium, and Floravital to get that thyroid up and running. That's going to help you with your conversions, your T4, T3 conversions, and really activating that thyroid from a supplement standpoint.
Oh, thanks. I'm doing the A and the zinc and actually some kelp.
You're getting your iodine with your kelp. I would still get some selenium in the form of selenomethionine.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
And get some Floravital. I think there's a big difference maker there as well. 2 teaspoons will probably get that done.
Oh, great. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. All right, let's see here. We got some other calls coming in. James from Woonsocket. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk Show on the Natural Health Show.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
Just have an issue with my left foot on the ball of my foot. When I'm walking, it feels like I'm walking with a pebble attached to it. It's very painful. Some days it's extremely tender and sensitive. And it seems like it's callous, so I've tried those callus removers. And it kind of breaks the skin away and kind of creates this hole in the bottom of my foot, but then it just grows back.
Well, it does sound like it could well be calcification, some calcified plaquing in there. So the thing that I would, in some cases, would suggest people might consider is that if you're producing a high concentration of calcium that you're depositing in the wrong places, such as the bottom of your foot, you could also, unfortunately, be depositing calcium in other places that you can't see, like arteries and kidneys and places like that, because calcium obviously is being broken down or metabolized in your body at a global level biochemically. So even though you're just noticing that calcification in that one area of your body that's obviously getting getting your attention. There could be other areas as well, and likely are other areas as well, if indeed it is calcification, which it probably is. I would certainly suggest you start using something like a serapeptase, SERRAPEPTASE, like 100,000 units twice a day. Make sure it's taken on an empty stomach to help you break down any kind of calcified plaquing in your body. Number two, it's probably important for you to think about vitamin K2, like MK7. And the MK7 would be like 90 to 100 micrograms. Again, 1 or 2 a day, probably be really helpful there as well. I always say that vitamin K is like a traffic cop.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't allow calcium to dump in the wrong places and to calcify and plaque. It forces it to do what it's supposed to do, which is to build bone.
Right, exactly.
So you might consider those two supplements, but as far as that specific target area of the bottom of your foot, it's probably going to take a little bit of time for anything like a serapeptase, like a protease, to help you break that down. I think you may have to see someone medical about that.
Oh, okay. So it could be due to lack of a good diet, or
well, not so much lack of a good diet. I mean, let's say, for example, if you're over-consuming dairy products and your body doesn't really break them down with any efficiency, or if you're deficient in vitamin K2, these are not uncommon problems. Calcium is either the best friend you ever had or the worst enemy you've ever had. There's no in between with calcium. You're either going to build bones and really strengthen your structure, or you're going to end up causing yourself a world of hurt with these calcified plaques that build up in the wrong places. And again, as I pointed out earlier, can be dangerous because they can deposit in the arteries. And they say a number of very serious heart conditions, for example, heart attacks, long term, later in life, are often the result of many, many years worth of this calcified plaquing. So I say that get it checked out. A really good thing to do is to get a spectral analysis, a trace element analysis, like a hair analysis, just to check your calcification at a tissue level. You can actually, if you log on to our website, www.maxhealing.com, Max Healing, one word, you can actually check out our offices, and we can run one of those for you. They're not expensive, and they're really a great way to find out what your tissue calcifications may be. So we take a peek at it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. Looks like we're up against a little break time here, Catherine. So save your answers, and all you out there that are waiting to get your calls in, Sue, Victor, Rachel, all those folks patiently waiting online here, we'll get your calls in just a few moments. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Severin says.
If you went out and picked your nose, and people took a picture of you picking your nose, you'd say, how can they do that? What goes on in your driveway can be seen by the public. That also means that we can bug your car in your driveway. I think it stinks. I think it's borderline un-American.
Talk or thought. Jay Severin. Afternoons 2 to 6. 96.9 Boston Talks.
Hi, this is Catherine from Jarrow Formulas. We can be found on the web at jarrow.com, JARROW.com. Jarrow is a leading manufacturer of dietary supplements. We offer over 300 vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and probiotics. At Jarrow, our mission is to provide superior nutrition and formulation. We team with industry leaders and top academic researchers to bring you quality you can depend on. This is exactly why we have partnered with Mark Mincola. Mark brings cutting-edge science and education to his listeners and clients, and we are proud to be part of his team. We look forward to bringing you more information about specific products over the year with Mark and exciting topics. You can buy Jarrow Formulas at a health food store near you. Find out more about Jarrow at jarrow.com. That's JARROW.com.
Hello, this is Mark Mincola. I invite you to join me on Saturday, October 23rd from 9 to 3 p.m. at Angels of Light Healing Center on Route 53 in Norwell as I present an all-day seminar intensive on my Life Force Analysis healing system. During this hands-on seminar, I'll teach you my complete patented LFA bioenergetic health analysis program. My Life Force Analysis healing system is the result of 28 years of time-tested development and refinement. LFA will enable you to pinpoint the root of health problems, identify food allergies, develop personalized diets, and supplement protocols. So, whether you're an allied health professional or just a natural health enthusiast who'd like to maximize their wellness, you won't want to miss this rare opportunity. For information, call Candide at 781-834-26 781-834-2728 or log on to myhealthylivingmag.com. That's 781-834-2728 or myhealthylivingmag.com. Take the guesswork out of your healthy lifestyle.
Hi, this is Laura from Good Health. We're excited to introduce Natural Factors PGX, the new science of appetite control. The PGX program can be a healthy, effective, and easy way to improve eating habits for life. PGX is short for polyglycoplex, a unique complex derived from soluble plant fibers that may change your life. Taken before or with a meal, PGX helps reduce portion size and calories while leaving you feeling completely satisfied. Taking PGX slows the absorption of carbs, helping to curb your appetite. PGX supports healthy weight loss, healthy blood sugar and cholesterol levels already within normal range, and PGX helps reduce cravings. Natural Factors PGX is safe and stimulant-free. It's a proven fact. Diets rarely work. PGX is your final weight loss solution. Discover how Natural Factors PGX can help you reach your perfect weight. Visit us in Quincy or Hanover. Learn more at goodhealthnaturalfood.com. Let us help you maintain that healthy self-image for the rest of your life. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon.
One morning in Dublin, we went to the National Archives and discovered our great aunt was living in Belfast. We'd saved a lot on our trip, so we just upped and went there and found a charming hotel owned by a kindly old lady. She gave us our key and said,
I couldn't help it here. You're looking for Mary O'Shea?
We asked if she knew her.
Very well. You're looking at her.
And that's when we knew Ireland truly was the land of 100,000 welcomes.
With great offers on everything from airfare to accommodation, you can afford to go where Ireland takes you. Go to discoverireland.com.
Now, back to the Natural Health Show, sponsored by Good Health Natural Foods in Quincy and Hanover.
In Boston and New England, 617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless users, it is a free call. Just dial pound 969. Sue from Linfield, you're on 96.9 Boston Talks. Welcome to the Natural Health Show.
Hi, thank you very much. I'm suffering with a sinus infection, and in the past, antibiotics have not worked for me. I've had to go on several courses. I've done them that lasted up to 6 weeks, and I'd like to know if there was a natural alternative.
There's one thing I really, really like for sinus infections, and it's an herb called Andrographis. Now, there's a product called Cold Care, spelled with a K, Koldkare. Now, the Chinese have used Andrographis for 3,000 years, and it's a real superb performer for these sinus problems. The other thing is anytime you have infection and you're looking to kind of try to, if you're interested and you're trying to look after an alternative means of natural antibiotic support, we talked about the Manuka honey, of course, and everybody's Jim. We know Jim is driving off the road somewhere right now. He loves that word Manuka, but Manuka honey, of course, is it has the methyl glyoxyls in there, and there's over 800 different compounds that actually strip the immune system of very virulent bacteria. So you want to get the 16 plus honey. The Manuka that's 16 plus is really good stuff, and it only takes a third of a teaspoon a day. It doesn't take very much. Also, really, really important that you think about oregano oil, because of the carvacrol and the thiols in there. Powerful natural antibiotic support. Dr. Harry Pruce, who's done a lot of research down at Georgetown University, has found out that the natural carvacrol antibiotic properties found in oregano oil are equal to streptomycin, vancomycin, penicillin against salmonella, E. coli, etc., without the side effects. I always say the only side effects are you will smell like a Greek salad.
I can deal with that.
But you can do
where do I find these products?
You can find them at Good Health Natural Foods. You can find them at virtually any of the neighborhood health food stores out there. Pretty easy to find. The Manuka honeys these days. Even a lot of the produce centers out there are pretty good these days with the Manuka honeys. And the oregano you'll find in any of the health food stores.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to go and get some. I need the relief. Thank you.
Good luck. All right. Bye-bye. And let's see. We've got Victor on the line from Brockton. And Victor, welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk Show and the Natural Health Show.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Terrific.
Thank you for taking my call.
Most welcome.
I just got a quick question. I have a problem that the more that I sleep during the night, the more fatigued I feel the following day. Anything that I could do to help on that?
Well, Catherine, why don't you help out with this one? I think the ribose is a great way to go. In fact, I really like the idea of Jarrow Formulas makes ribose in the 1,000 milligram chewable tablets, the little chewable tablets that are so easy to use during the course of the day. Again, 1,000 milligrams, and it recommends that you can use up to 6 of those if you need to before or after a workout. So I say, look, if you need to take 1 or 2 of those little chewable caplets at 1,000 milligrams 2 or 3 times a day to keep your energy up during the daytime, great way to do it.
And one of the other things too is I've noticed a lot of people when they comment that they're waking up in the morning feeling fatigued, that at nighttime when you're sleeping, your liver is really metabolically active. And so to take something like an amino acid like N-acetylcysteine to support the metabolism of the liver.
Get the glutathione going in there.
Yeah, get those glutathione levels up so that, all of those toxins are pushed out of your system.
Absolutely.
A lot of people do mention that they wake up feeling like they have the energy to get through the day.
So the N-acetylcysteine, or the NAC, is what they'll look for on the shelf. So you'd look for NAC, Victor, and you'd want to look for probably about 500 milligrams, maybe take 2 a day. I would take one of those on an empty stomach later in the day, either late afternoon or even before bed. That help you?
With the ribose as well?
Yeah, I would do the ribose during the day. I like the idea, again, the chewable 1,000 milligrammers. That way they're pretty flexible as far as you being able to kind of take a caplet, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 times during the day. You can take up to 6 of those a day. So 2 of those in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the later afternoon when you start to get a little bit weary. So I think the ribose by day and 1,000 milligrams of NAC, maybe 1 late afternoon, 1 before bed.
Thank you very, very much.
You're very, very welcome. All right, take care. Let's see, we've got Rachel on the line from Amesbury. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk Show on the Natural Health Show.
Hi, Doctor. Thank you for taking my call. It's a great program today because that's just what I've been suffering from, is a lot of loss of energy. But my main call today is the fact that I was having cramps in the calves of my legs, and I could hardly walk. And due to your program, I decided one day I'm going to go and get some calcium. Maybe I'm deficient in calcium. But at the same time, after a few days, I decided I had clots before, a few years back, so I decided to see my primary care. And my thing is, I'm really concerned about the statins I'm on. I'd like to get off of them. After she examined me and everything, I didn't say anything about the calcium to her, but I mentioned, what about the statins? Do you think it's causing these cramps in my legs? She said, oh, no. But she ordered an ultrasound, and I had it done the next day, and everything was fine. There were no clots. And after I'm on my second week with the calcium, and I must have had calcium deficiency because the calcium did work.
Well, wonderful. That's great news.
So,
we like hearing that. I think as far as the statins, now, is that what you're talking about, the statin?
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, you need to work with your physician on this stuff. But I always say, look, really a good thing to do is to do your homework and then bring a huddle together so that you and your physician, your practitioner, are sitting together and working together on this stuff. And, hey, let's be honest, there's a lot of new information. It's tough to keep up with all of it. And what's to say that the patient can't find some information and some inspiration, bring it to that meeting with their physician? That's a good thing. So I would tell you that if you want to take a look at Dr. Sinatra's books, the Sinatra Solution books on metabolic cardiology, it's kind of like the new natural way of dealing with the heart, and it's brilliant stuff. But they're talking about things like GPLC, which Catherine and I have spoken about before, GPLC, which is a glycocarn, which actually works exceptionally well at helping you to take bad cholesterols and to convert them into usable energy. So GPLC is a great product. I like Pantethine as well. I think Pantethine works really well with it. So Pantethine and GPLC are very nice alternatives. Of course, there's been some great studies on the red yeast rice, of course, that's out there on the marketplace as well. So there are great alternatives. Dr. Sinatra talks about all of them. So a simple one-stop suggestion would be to get Dr. Sinatra's Metabolic Cardiology book. Read the sections in there that are pertaining to statins and the substitutions and alternative things that he talks about. Bring them to your doctor's attention, and hopefully you both can work together.
Now, do I have to go to a health food store to get those books?
Dr. Sinatra's books is on Basic Health Publishers, and it's pretty widely distributed. It's pretty easy to find that book. I think any bookstore that's out there these days, you'll find it, and the health food stores as well.
Oh, thank you so much, and I love your program.
Aren't
It's
you
great.
kind? Thank you so much.
Only you need more time.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your call. All right, we've got Allison on the line from Freeport. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talks. You're on the Natural Health Show. Allison. There you are. Hello.
Hi, how are you, Mark?
Terrific. How are you?
Good. Should I just tell you what's going on?
Absolutely. If you have questions or responses, we're here to hear them.
Okay. I have some problem with my stomach. I don't eat wheat, yeast, or gluten. I stay away from most sugars. I have trouble going to the bathroom, and I get itchy in between like my shoulder and my elbow, and it itches. It feels like almost like bugs underneath my arm. They itch like it's not a topical itch that I can scratch. It's like underneath my skin. It just feels really strange. Every once in a while, I don't know if it's an overgrowth of candida that's causing these. Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I think we'll direct this to Catherine. Let Catherine speak with you for a moment or two. Go right ahead.
Yeah, Allison, are you taking any probiotics, any acidophilus products or anything?
No, I'm not.
That's where I would start. The stomach problems, basically your intestinal tract is filled with healthy bacteria like acidophilus, the bacteria that we find in yogurt. And lots of things can break down the levels of bacteria like antibiotics, stress, toxins in our environment and all of that stuff. And then also they help to fight candida problems as well. So I would start with a good probiotic.
Okay.
I would start with one that is a general probiotic. Jarrow makes one called Jarrodophilus, and it has a good blend of multi-strains in there to replenish what you might be missing. But then I would also include a probiotic that it's called Femdophilus, Femdophilus. And there's 2 strains in there that have clinical studies behind them to be able to treat candida issues. And so it sounds like you have some major candida issues happening.
Yes.
But also need to replenish the basic flora.
I agree with that 100%. I think the probiotic's a great idea. I also might suggest something made by Enzymedica, E-N-Z-Y-M-E-D, I say Enzymedica. They make an enzyme called Spectrum, and that Spectrum enzyme is really terrific for folks that have food intolerances or food allergies, which again often lead to a lot of these candida problems. So I think the probiotic and the Enzymedica Spectrum enzyme is a great way to go.
Okay. I think, Mark, you saw me a while ago. I'm Anne Marie's daughter.
Oh, yes. How are you doing?
Still having this problem.
Well, other than those things you mentioned, it sounds like we've got to get you straightened out as far as digestion goes. The only other thing I would tell you is you could do the ELISA IgG96, which is a really good food intolerance test, and it really measures you against the 96 common foods that you're likely introducing into your body every day of your life, or many of them of which you are. So it pins down wherever there's any allergies. There's one of our sponsors actually does the ELISA IgG. It's the Alitest Medical Laboratories down in Rockland. So I would say that you might want to go to their website. It's ALLETESS, Alitest Medical Labs. Remarkable site, remarkable technology, and it really pins down where the food problems are coming from.
Okay.
All right. Good to talk to you. Take care of yourself.
Thanks. You as well.
Thanks. Bye-bye. All right, we still got time for a call or two? Okay, one more. We're going to take one more call. Gail from West Roxbury, welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk Show on the Natural Health Show.
Hello. I have a teenage son with really bad acne, and currently he is on tetracycline, and he also has been using topical creams that make his face really red, and I want to see if there's anything natural that he can take instead of the tetracycline.
Right. Well, I hate to sound repetitious here, but the first thing that I'd recommend is an ELISA IgG, because, again, if somebody, when you think about the way these immune globulin tests are supportive of this information, they give us the information that says, look, we're running a 96 different food scan on you to find out if there's any foods you have trouble with. And it measures them from a score of like 100 all the way up to like 990. Anything over 200 is an allergy, is an intolerance. So anything that's in the 800s, 900s, anything that's in the 700s that you didn't know were problematic, I think that's a major discovery, because, again, you're talking about food intolerances that produce a high concentration, like we said a few minutes ago, of Candida-type bacteria, invasive bacteria. And these bacteria are why the tetracycline is so important, because if you can get to the root of the source of the production of these bacteria, which work with, a very acidic hormonal system in the body, you get to the bottom of the problem and you eliminate them, and I think things clear up. Also, things like zinc can be really helpful.
Yeah, especially for the skin.
For the skin, and vitamin A can be really helpful. And then one other thing I would say is the probiotics.
I know we are being repetitive, but it is important considering that he's on tetracycline, because it is such a heavy antibiotic.
Right.
It's going to wipe out the natural bacteria, and they always say that your digestive system will appear on the skin, the health of your digestive system. So, use the tetracycline, to treat the situation, but then also the probiotics to help him recover.
Okay.
I like the Jaro EPS is a great product.
Yeah.
Eliza Aid, is that the VLS Medical Labs? They do testing? Is that it?
Yes, indeed. It's Alletess, ALLETESS, Alletess Medical Laboratories down in Rockland, and they do the ELISA, the ALISA IgG 96 is what it's called, and it's an amazing test.
Hey, thank you for being so helpful.
You're very, very welcome. Good luck. And we're going to take a short little break and be right back after these messages. Stay tuned.
Questioning authority is a Boston tradition, and the tradition lives on right here.
Any questions?
96.9 Boston Talks.
Are you getting your recommended 8 cups of water per day? And are you certain that you're getting the healthiest, highest quality of drinking water available? There are so many drinking waters out there that it's become extremely difficult to distinguish the really pure drinking waters from the pretenders. Hi, this is Mark Mincola. Simpson Spring Water has been a pure drinking water of choice since long before the Native Americans settled near the spring for its remarkable clarity. Bottled at the source and delivered right to your home, Simpson Spring has produced its locally grown bounty of healthy, refreshing drinking water since 1878. Simpson Springs is a local, privately owned spring water company whose priority it is to serve you with the highest quality of pure, healthy drinking water. To order Simpson Springs water, call Roberta at 508-238-4472. That's 508-238-4472. Please make sure you mention the Natural Health Show. Remember, when it comes to your drinking water of choice, buy fresh, buy pure, buy local, buy Simpson Springs. If you're like me, then you believe that it's important to create a healthy living environment. I believe that home surroundings are as vital to a healthy lifestyle as sound nutrition. My good friend Bill Hall is the owner and founder of Landscaping by Hall. His unmatched landscaping skills have been helping residents throughout the greater Boston area to create and maintain healthy living environments for nearly 30 years now. Landscaping by Hall specializes in customized design, retaining walls, walkways, patios, living privacy barriers, decks, and property makeovers. Bill Hall is not only a real pro, he's a quality guy who's truly interested in helping you to attain your goals and visions for a healthier, more beautiful living environment. Bill's approach to landscape design is a holistic one, and that's because Bill's approach to life is a truly holistic one. So, whether you're interested in a simple landscape maintenance or a complete property makeover, I urge you to contact my friend Bill Hall. That's Landscaping by Hall at 617-696-5515 or log on to hallscape.com for a healthier, more beautiful living environment.
Come to the Big E September 17th through October 3rd for great food, rides, shopping, live music, and fun for the whole family. Visit thebigE.com for details.
Now, back to the Natural Health Show, sponsored by Good Health Natural Foods in Quincy and Hanover.
And it's great to be back. This is Catherine Foley from Jaro Formulas, filling in tonight for Candida's segment. And tonight we are speaking with Dr. Shayla Karen. She is a doctor of chiropractic, and her office is located in North Andover, Massachusetts. Good evening, Dr. Karen. How are you?
Thank you very much.
Great to have you on with us. Dr. Karen has been practicing for about 6 years. She is part of the Holistic Moms group. It's a group of moms that get together and support each other in holistic health and wellness, and then also answering questions and then just guiding each other through different health and medical choices. And so tonight, we just wanted to have an opportunity. I know chiropractic is becoming big and mainstream, and a lot of people use chiropractors for everyday health and wellness, but then also for major issues. Could you explain to us a little bit about the science of chiropractic care?
Sure. To actually just reiterate what you just said, it makes it so evident to see that so many people are looking for something else besides drugs and surgery. By seeing the great job that you put on at the Healthy Living Expo, I thought it was phenomenal, and seeing how many people are looking for something else.
How many people are interested? Yeah.
There are so many, and I'm happy to be a part of that in chiropractic, to have something else to offer. So a little behind the science. If you can picture the way your body works, your brain is constantly talking to the rest of your body. It's sending messages down your spinal cord, out your spinal nerves, out to every single cell in your body. Everything from your immune system to your heart, your lungs, your reproductive system, every organ, your muscles. And it works perfectly as long as nothing's interfering with it.
It's like a fiber optic network.
Absolutely. And if anything is interfering with it in any way, that's what's called a subluxation.
Okay.
And in chiropractic, that's my job, is to help, detect, figure out where the subluxations, where that nerve stress is, and then remove it so that the person can function.
And part of that is that, people may not know that they have subluxations, but they present themselves later in life because of accumulative injuries throughout their lifetime. When should people start looking at chiropractic care as a preventative?
In my office, we start as early as birth.
Right, because there's a great deal of trauma that happens in the birthing process, right, for babies?
It can. Even a seemingly natural childbirth, can require a little bit of force to get the baby out. And also, we're looking at, C-sections, and some moms come into my office saying that they felt themselves, being lifted off the table during the surgery, and that's usually by, taking hold of the baby, and sometimes that can lead to nerve stress. And we just want to check to make sure that the baby is developing properly, that the spinal system is able to work properly. So we start as early as childhood, or after any, slip and fall during development, and we check early on to make sure the spinal system is working properly.
And then, so other than, in the case of injuries, people are seeking chiropractic care because they do have chronic back pain. And, other than, putting yourself on, anti-inflammatories and painkillers, it's a way to kind of relieve some of those back pain issues, right?
Sure. And like we said, some of that can be accumulative stressors throughout the life, seemingly innocent injury or repetitive things like sitting at a desk all day, or lifting at work, or
just gravity alone.
Absolutely. Carrying your children on one side, and reaching over the crib, getting out your kids, and seemingly innocent things can accumulate over time.
Right. And it is important, like you had mentioned, the nervous system in your spine, it is the backbone of your whole body. It is the support system and the life force of your whole body.
Absolutely.
And so in your office, you work with parents with chiropractic care to help strengthen child's immune systems. And because we're all going back to school now, that's just going into the fall, that's a major concern of most parents. How does that work?
There's an incredible science. It's neuroimmunology. I think a lot of us are familiar with that. But when you break it down, it's neuro is the nerve going to the immune system. And if there's any interruption along that pathway, it can decrease your body's immune response.
Right.
So my job is just to detect where that is, and then help make sure that there is no structural interference there.
Right. And we know, kids when they're doing sports and, all of that stuff, and, they're rough and tumble quite a bit. So that definitely helps. Great. So Dr. Karen, again, where is your office located?
We're located in North Andover, very close to where the expo was. We are right near Butcher Boy and Mad Maggie's, right on Route 125.
Great.
The address is 1005 Osgood Street in North Andover.
So, and how do people contact you?
They're welcome to visit the website. They can schedule an appointment from there. It's KarenChiro.net, KaronChiro.net, or they can call the office.
Okay, great. And so when people call you for the first time, what is some of the things that they'll do or expect when they see you for the first time?
We ask to fill out a little bit of information to give me an idea what type of stress, whether it's physical, emotional, or chemical, that may be leading them into the office, if it's for a specific complaint. And then we will do an exam that requires, some posture analysis, range of motion. I have something called thermography, which is able to detect.
I've heard of that. Yeah, it's quite amazing.
It is. It shows if there is nerve stress and where it is in the body.
Thermography is the use of looking at different, heat centers that are like maybe sites of pressure or inflammation.
Absolutely.
Right. And it's a lot safer than like X-ray technology to look at the body.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Well, it was a pleasure to speak with you this evening. And again, just so the listeners can get the information about your office and your website just quickly.
Sure. The website is KaronChiro.net, KaronChiro.net, and the phone number is 978-965-4925.
Okay, great. It was wonderful talking to you this evening.
Thank you very much.
And we will be heading back to the Natural Health and Healing Show after this break.
96.9 Boston Talk hits the streets.
Celebrate at the Big E in West Springfield, Mass. with the 96.9 Street Team this Sunday from 2 to 4 for fun, games, and prizes.
Join the Street Team. 96.9 Boston Talk.
You know, when most people hear the word allergies, they think only of hay fever-like symptoms associated with airborne pollen, dust, and mold. But did you know that many experts estimate that between 60 and 80 million of us suffer from immune-related food allergies without even knowing it? Furthermore, food allergies often contribute to serious health problems such as autism, irritable bowel syndrome, ADD, headaches, and chronic ear infections. Now, there's an effective way to identify and eliminate both your food allergies and the troubling symptoms that they aggravate. Alletess Medical Labs at foodallergy.com offers a full complement of clinical, environmental, and food allergy testing to help you get to the root of your allergy problems. Alletess also provides you with a comprehensive rotation diet, lifestyle booklet, and a wallet card to help you live food allergy-free and stress-free. Do you wonder if you or your loved ones are among the 60 to 80 million food allergy sufferers in America? If so, log on to Alletess Medical Labs, foodallergy.com. Talk to your doctor about ordering a food allergy test from Alletess Medical Labs today. Foodallergy.com. Make sure the food you're eating isn't what's depleting you.
Now, back to the Natural Health Show, sponsored by Good Health Natural Foods in Quincy and Hanover.
Alrighty, welcome back, and that was a very enjoyable interview.
Yeah, it's, chiropractic care is becoming so popular, and it's something that I do for myself quite frequently too. So it's wonderful to be able to bring that to the listeners.
And I think until you really experience real good chiropractic support, you just don't have a clue about how important it is and what a difference it can make.
Yeah, right, Dr. Karen. I remember my first adjustment, I just looked at the chiropractor and I was like, oh my God, I feel taller. It's like you never realize it until somebody actually corrects you.
This is what it's supposed to feel like.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So this week, this coming Thursday, we fire up Fox 25 again.
You do, I know, because people, they can get more information from you by watching your news segment.
And that'll be 8:10 this coming Thursday at Fox 25, 8:10 Thursday morning, and we're going to talk about energy. We're going to talk about energy supplements, again, similar to what we've been talking a little bit tonight, the idea of ribose being the real backbone of RNA and the real backbone of the providing of energy to the cell.
Right.
So many folks really don't understand that when you think about energy, it's really important to actually envision the cell as having a motor.
Right.
The mitochondria. Inside each cell, you've got to fuel the motor.
Yeah.
And the only thing you're going to get that done with is something that actually helps the increase of adenosine triphosphate.
Right.
And there's nothing that'll do that better than ribose.
Yeah, we're talking about putting the gasoline back in, but
That's what it
want
is.
the veggie fuel. We want the good gasoline for your body.
Exactly right. So ribose is our solution, and we're going to talk about that a little bit this coming Thursday on Fox 25 at 8:10. So if folks are on those treadmills in the byways and highways of New England, they can check it out, and we'll enlighten them about how to get fuel in a very simple way.
And then, as usual, too, for people that do want more information or missed something during the show, they can always go to your website.
That is exactly correct. You can go to maxhealing.com, because we, of course, podcast these with the help of Adam Ing, and each of these shows is up and running. We've got the library, the catalog on there, so you can kind of look back over any of the past programs and check them out. Mm-hmm. And we mean both the Fox programs as well as the old NECN programs that I've done for about 8 years, and of course these wonderful radio broadcasts as well. So sure, a lot of topics, a lot to learn there. We love sharing it, and maxhealing.com will get you that info. Let's grab a few calls here. Let's see, we've had some patient folks here. We've had Susan waiting patiently from Framingham. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk here on the Natural Health Show.
Hi, Doctor. How are you?
Terrific. How are you?
All right. I have postnasal drip, and it drips down into my throat, and it causes phlegm. And I'm all the time trying to clear it out of my throat, and it's constant. And I was wondering if it's outdoor allergies or maybe food allergies.
Well, you always hear me talk about Alitest medical laboratories in Rockland. I think that they're really thorough in terms of being able to pinpoint that question clinically without doubts. So we can make guesses or we can pin it down, and I think the Alitest medical laboratories, if you go on their website, again, it's Alitest, ALLETESS medical laboratories. They're in Rockland, Massachusetts. They do a thorough job at determining exactly what you're sensitive to and to what degree, at quite an extensive range, by the way. So that's what I'd suggest that you do that. Also, Dr. Karen's got some ideas. Why don't we kind of throw this question over to you, Dr. Karen?
Sure. Hi. One area that I would specifically look at is the upper portion of your neck. Sometimes that could be tender. Sometimes there can be inflammation there. And I would check there specifically to see if there's nerve system impedance. And if there is, I would do an adjustment. And then we in the office do a certain technique that releases the sinus pressure so that it actually drains properly without resulting in the postnasal drip.
The other thing I would suggest, too, is there's a wonderful herb I spoke of earlier, Andrographis, 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 usually the 300 or 400 milligram caps. I would say 3 or 4 of those a day could help make quite a difference as well.
How many milligrams?
They're generally 300 to 400 milligram caps, and I would say that 4 a day would get the job done.
Great, thank you.
You're very welcome. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's see. Let's take another call. We've got Dave from New Hampshire. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk. You're on the Natural Health Show.
Yes, I'm calling about a problem with my colon. I had prostate cancer, and I had 150 seeds inserted in the prostate, and since then, my stools are getting smaller and smaller. It's creating a lot of problems. It's creating a lot of gas.
So you likely have an imbalance with regards to your floral counts. Something that Catherine has spoken about earlier. I'll let her talk about that again. Go ahead.
Yeah, anything doing with the digestive system, your first line of defense is going to be get yourself a good probiotic. Go to the health food store and just say, I need a probiotic. It's going to be a blend of bacteria like Acidophilus. That is your first line of defense. It really all starts there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a good broad spectrum. I like the Jarrow EPS. I think it's a real good starting point for you, Dave. I'd get some Jarrow formulas, JARROW formulas, EPS caps. Take 2 a day and see if that doesn't help you straighten things out a little bit.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Good luck. And wow, this hour kind of goes by awfully quickly.
I know,
and again, we thank Dr. Karen so much for being on board with us this evening. Really enlightening. We loved hearing from you, and please come back.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And Catherine Foley, per usual, from Jarrow Formulas, you're always a stalwart here. You're always backing us up and helping us out. So thank you so much for coming in tonight. Great to be with you as always. And we'd like all you to be well received and thanked. And we salute you as well for listening each and every Sunday here on the Natural Health Show, because we're here at 5 o'clock each and every Sunday night to field your questions regarding health issues, natural health issues, vitamins, minerals, etc. So we are are here for that next Sunday, as we are each and every Sunday, and we welcome you in each and every Sunday. Again, please check out our website, maxhealing.com, and please stay tuned for Right Turn Radio with Woody and Abby. Great program. They have Chad Smith, the drummer from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they've got Simon Kirk, the drummer from Bad Company, and comedian Jack Lynch. They're talking about celebrity addiction. Should be a great, great program. Until next Sunday, this is Mark Mincola reminding you, please be wise, be aware, be well. Make it a healthy week. Good night.